All right, y'all. So all day, Kendrick and Drake has been the conversation all day, to the point where I watched multiple YouTube videos. I watched multiple people reaction. I watched like everybody kind of soak in what was being said in all the disses. The thing that alarms me the most is when I'm watching people's reaction, it's a whole section of folks, men and women, who are bypassing the fact that Drake is being called an offender with perverted friends, pedophilia friends, trafficking friends, and like everybody's bypassing that and just being shocked at him having an 11-year-old daughter. Am I the only person that's kind of flabbergasted that that's the part that niggas is getting stuck on? Like, no, literally, watch a couple people's like reaction and they're like, oh shit. You know, when they hear the offender stuff, they're like, oh shit. But then when they hear their daughter stuff, the oh, you got a hidden child stuff, they're like, whoa, oh my god, yo, what the fuck? You know, they're just like, what? It's the craziest reaction. But to me, when I heard the like, oh, your friends are this, your people are this, everybody should be protected, you know, LeBron and all of them, you shouldn't be friends with Drake, you shouldn't have your kids around him, blah, blah, blah. When I heard that, I was stuck. My mouth dropped immediately. I was like, oh my God. And in the back of my head, even I kind of like bypassed it and just kept listening to it. Like, oh. And I had to think about it. I'm like, why am I so calm about this information? Maybe because it's allegedly, or is it because I'm so used to the industry having folks do this? Like, it's not unusual for dudes to have other dude friends and family who are pedophiles or who are like abuser of women. It's not unusual. So I'm like, okay, whatever. The same with like people in the industry and outside industry, but definitely in the industry. We're so used to having this conversation. We're so used to having this information brought to us about how men and women, how folks in the industry are like just doing terrible things to women, terrible things to children, terrible things to girls. We're just used to hearing it, that we're just like, oh snap, you know, and then we just go by past it and keep pushing as if this is not a normal occurrence. Like, this shouldn't be something that we need to stop and be like, call CPS, call the cops, what is going on, call somebody. Where is Chris Hansen? Like, what, you know? Like, we're just so used to this conversation at this point that it's desensitizing to us. We're so used to seeing it. And I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy that we're so used to like men, boys, uncles, cousins, sister, friends. You know, we're so used to people getting sexually assaulted. We're so used to them getting physically assaulted. We're so used to kids getting hurt and getting played and getting this, that, and the third and getting diddy, that now we use the phrase no diddy. And we make it as a joke. Even though there's horrible, horrific things happening to people as we speak. We're so used to it happening that even in a rap diss where somebody as famous as Drake is being accused of having these things in their home with their children, we're just like, damn, that's messed up that Kendrick said that. But he got a daughter. He been hiding for 11 years. Oh my God. Like, that's, our mental is fucked. A lot of our mental is fucked. A lot of our friends' mental is fucked. A lot of our family mental is fucked. A lot of our loved ones' mental is fucked. And we just accept it. We're complacent. You know, like, in a lot of people who are listening to Kendrick now, they're not that shocked because they're either a part of the issue, they know somebody that's a part of the issue, or they don't know how to fix the issue. They don't know where to go. Because what do you do? What do you do if somebody is told, like, the person that you care about, the person that you love, the person that you idolize is out here doing X, Y, and Z to women, men, children, whatever? What do you do at that exact moment? You know, besides just, you know, cut them off. If it's that easy, is that easy to cut somebody off that you idolize, that you love, that you care about, that is maybe a offender, Are you complacent? Are you an empathizer? Are you like, what do you do? At this moment, everybody is going through that mental capacity. They're going through that mental capacity because guess what? All the famous people who get away with this shit, people just overlook them and they keep going. They just keep going. They keep spending. There are people right now in the comments saying Drake won, Drake this, Drake that. I'm like, bro, you lost as soon as somebody famous as Kendrick calls you an offender, gives you X, Y, and Z information, says that everybody should be like looking over their shoulder with him, and plus Drake already has some histories with like, you know, some extra stuff. I think there was like a whole little issue with a teen at one point, or like some young girls, I don't know, some shit that he said in the past, blah blah blah. We're just gonna overlook this. Next week is going to be the same as today, or actually the same as yesterday before this diss dropped. And that's the crazy thing. That's the craziest thing to me. But I'm like, hey, at this point, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do that we're more excited about him having a secret daughter than having the possibility that his son is around a bunch of offenders who may or may not teach him their ways? Like, wait, it's crazy. The world we live in is crazy. Am I the only person who think that the world we live in is wild? That our mentals is wild right now? Like, what?